backstage at the Lincoln. And the concept is, normally the audience is sitting out here, and we're up there on the stage. Well, tonight's a little bit different because we're going to be up on the stage, and so is the audience. And essentially they'll be backstage with us. So the idea is a bit more informal concert, and I think also the audience is going to be much closer to us. In fact, they're going to be right there with us. So. My Uncle Gary, probably the most prominent of the Carneys, was a professor of jazz studies at The Ohio State University, as well as a world-renowned trombonist. And he was one of the founding members of the Jazz Arts Group here in Columbus, and wrote arrangements that they still use. And I should mention my aunt, Michelle Horsfield, who was a professor of vocal music at Capital University, as well as my father, who was a string director at Dublin Public Schools here in Columbus. So I had a supportive yet intimidating musical environment to grow up in. They were mentored by my grandfather. His name was Dallas Carney. He was a trombonist and trumpet player and a teacher. And he was really, really passionate about jazz music, and he instilled that in my dad and my uncle, who was a couple of years older than my dad. In fact, he took my uncle, who was probably 13 or 14 at the time, and they drove to New York City to see Charlie Parker perform. When I was young, I thought I wanted to make money, and so I went and got a degree as a technical writer, and got hired on at Value City Department Stores in the corporate office, which is where I met Sean Booker, who was also, playing music on the weekends and some nights during the week. She was working in the accounting department there at Value City Department Stores, so our paths would intersect occasionally at work, and then after work we'd see each other and jam a little bit here and there. And we actually just started working together on a more official basis about 2 years ago. I have an event called Blues for a Cure that's a cancer fundraising event, and I asked Sean to participate in that, and that went really well.